The former leader of the current rather leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, that is Sengezo Tshabangu, who came through the back door and ensured that Nelson Chamisa had to dump the political party that he loved the most. So Sengezo Tshabangu, he became very, very popular, particularly in Zimbabwe, for just emerging from nowhere, writing to the parliament as the interim secretary general of the Citizens Coalition for Change. Members of parliament fired left, right, and center up until the leader decided to leave the Citizens Coalition for change. The reports that are coming through is that Sengezo Tshabangu was apparently airlifted 2 weeks ago, and he is receiving treatment in India on a serious ailment. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. The news coming through to my desk is that Sengezo Tshabangu, the current, we can call him self-imposed leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, the man who became popular from nowhere, calling himself the interim secretary general and recalling members of parliament left, right, and center, and the state institutions defending him, even though he was an unconstitutional Citizens Coalition for Change interim secretary general, but they justified that using the strategy that was used by Nelson Chamisa called the strategic ambiguity. Now, the news are saying he was airlifted to China 2 weeks ago and he is suffering from colon cancer. I think this has to be researched. Why is it, especially members of the opposition in Zimbabwe, gets to suffer from this ailment, that is the colon cancer? It was the disease. It was the disease that actually claimed the life of Morgan Tsvangirai, the same disease that claimed the life of the, I think it must be Patson Zamara. It has claimed quite a number of politicians, especially within opposition political party in Zimbabwe. And I think this has to be, especially when you get closer to ZANU-PF. When ZANU-PF uses you, and I think at the moment now, Sengezo Tshabangu was used. He completed the job that Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa wanted him to do, though it is not yet finished, but he did a lot of donkey work for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. So reports are saying he is seriously ill, and that is why they resorted to airlift him to India, where he is currently receiving treatment for the colon cancer. It's actually one of the very, very dangerous diseases that has a potential to claim one's life. I know a lot of people are going to perceive this as karma, but when someone else's sickness should not be celebrated, in my view, no matter the evils that one may have committed, but someone else's sickness is, it is within us. Ubuntu compels us not to do so. Of course, we may fundamentally disagree with someone politically because of numerous decisions which were politically incorrect. But at the end of the day, we are human beings by all. But at the same time, it's quite sad that, obviously it was anticipated and expected. You cannot be used by ZANU-PF at the expense of the people in a manner Sengezo Tshabangu was used, and expect everything to actually go well with you. Worse, Sengezo Tshabangu was actually playing within the factional lines of ZANU-PF by merely allowing himself to be used by Mnangagwa. He was also, thwarting the interest of the other faction, and it's quite very difficult, especially as a puppet, to exist in a political party like ZANU-PF. It is difficult for ZANU-PF members and political leaders at the moment to coexist within ZANU-PF. What about just a commoner like Sengezo Tshabangu? At one point, he was attending a foreign meeting, I think overseas, and we were told he became sick. It was suspected of poisoning, and after some time he got back. I think that is where the issue might have started, in my view. So ZANU-PF is a dangerous political party. If you see it using you, understand that at the end of the day, there would be consequences. They don't care. They don't really care. If other leaders historically could not have taken the decision to be close to ZANU-PF, most of them would be alive. I remember at one point when Mokenzangai was alive during the government of national unity, we were told that they were drinking tea with Robert Gabriel Mugabe. A very, very dangerous thing to do. I think the best politician, I will not be surprised if that will, okay, or okay. I hear that. So it's quite something else. I know a lot of people have been actually healed because of what Sengezo Tshabangu did, especially to the opposition political party. But you see, when someone is sick, you get to feel. I'm as a human being. I think it's honorable to say we wish him a speedy recovery rather than actually celebrating and say it's karma. Obviously, it may be, but we shouldn't celebrate. You never know what your tomorrow may be like in terms of health. But that's the news. Sengezo Tshabangu is seriously ill. He was airlifted to China, and apparently he is suffering from colon cancer. It's one of the very, very dangerous diseases. If you see yourself surviving from colon cancer, you must be very, very lucky. It has claimed a number of lives, especially opposition politicians in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members, and you can equally do so by pressing the thanks button, and also send us stars. I'm laughing reading the comments that you are writing. So Zimbabwe is not a forgiving nation. I thought people have actually forgotten about that. They are